is an electrical engineer, HEAIS certified, CAP-RS certified, BICSI registered communications distribution designer, and BICSI data center design consultant. He is a graduate of BS Electrical Engineering from FEU Institute of Technology and graduated Masters in Business Administration from the Ateneo Graduate School of Business. With 29 years of experience in electrical design, QA, QC, and engineering and construction, and with 26 years of experience in ICT structured cabling system solution and integration. He is currently the President and CEO of ISI Corporation and the Philippine Chair of BICSI Southeast Asia District. To talk about telecommunication grounding and bonding, please welcome Engineer Antonio I. Madrono.
Thank you. Okay, so tapos na ako mag-introduce, so mabilisan na lang ito maya-maya Q&A na. So, sabi ko lagi, sabi ko by the way, no? Sabi ko yung Antonio Madrono, ano ko lang yung screen name? Ang totoo kong pangalan ko, Martin. No? Hindi, yung matandang kapatid niya, Martin. Ano? ABS-CBN ako nagtatrabaho yung totoo, tapos yung show ko yung probinsya. Huwag yung kalimutan lagi panood niyo. Ayan, maraming nakaupo. So, pagka ganito, may trauma ba kayo ng mga college kayo? Hindi nyo ba, no? Nagtatrabaho na kayo, parang dating nyo college pa rin. Diba? Nandun kayo lahat nakaupo, walang gusto dito umupo eh. Ngayon, babalik-tarin ko na lang. At tatawagin ko yung lahat doon nakatayo, saka dyan sa unahan. Ay, doon, no? Yung dito, okay na. Gay na kami. Mukhang nagkakaintindihan na kami rito. Koidado. Kilala ko yung may isa akong empleyado rito. Lagi nasa likudan. Una kang tatawagin mamaya na. Pangatlo mo ng upo rito ng grounding and banding. Sinusundan ako niyan. Sa Manila, susundan ako hanggang Pampanga na doon. IECEP Pampanga. Okay na? Ayun. Okay, so that's me. So our discussion would be, sabi ko, for 1 hour, I'll be talking about 2 topics. Telecommunication, grounding and bending, and data center, focusing on the electrical design. Now,
sa loob. Dito sa gilid.
ayaw umabot.
Dito sa gilid.
Kailangan ko lumapit. So dito ako, so libre yun dito. Kasi malapit sa akin, di kayo yung mayayari dyan mamaya.
Layoffs.
Ayun. Okay, so outline, there are 15 of them, no? Pero slides ko na lang yan, how to do telecommunication and grounding. Lagi kong, well, I'm one of those na sinasabi ko, huwag niyong kalimutan to. And most of the time, sa mga designs nyo, lalo na yung EC and including us electrical, ito yung laging kinakalimutan. No? Okay na, wala nang problema dyan. At paano sabihin nila na wala nang problema? Di talaga pwede, kailangan ko dito lang ako. Ay, umabot. Ha? Parehas lang tayo eh. Bago yan. Ha? Dali, sige. Okay, ano naman. Sorry, So, di ko na lang isa-isahin, basahin nyo na lang. Bottom line, that's our topic for the day. This is the most neglected part of communication. No? I'm trying to emphasize this, lalo na sa inyo, because you guys are signing the plans. Not me. Nagdi-design lang ako. Sa Pilipinas, nagdi-design ako, nag-anak ko PCA, permahan mo, pagkasumuli yan, bahala ka na. No, just kidding. I designed and I use a PCA. Siyempre, kaibigan o kung ano naman, I pay them kung ano yung rate, alam ko rate nyo. Then, from there, we go and move forward. Wala pa rin. So, codes and standards. Most of the time, I speak about standards. Probably you would say that I'm selling standards, but I don't sell any product. No. I emphasize always the standards available for you to go and work on based on the design. No? Mamaya, mas maganda kung itry ko lang Kamu ayaw talaga, so kailangan kong bumalik ulit dito. Mamaya, this has always been my point. Huwag na kayong kuma ng picture at huwag na kayong kumopya. No? If in case you need it, I'll always provide it. No? Let me know later on makikita nyo email ad ko, then send me a communication, you want this, and I'll send you that information. No? Pati yung buong slide, pinamimigay ko yan. So, just go through the exercise of learning and understanding what's there, then invite the notion na siguro mamaya, mas maganda kung I'll go for standard-based installations. So here, of all these are standards of different system, talking about structured cabling or whatever electrical communication cell sites that deals with grounding and bonding. I'm focusing on BICSI TDMM simply because that's the full reference for RCDD. An integral part of this manual would be telecommunication, grounding, and bonding. Now, so then last, another code. Di ko na lang sinama dito. The last one, this is the most familiar reference in the US. And sa Philippines, we also have our code, which is Philippine Electrical Code. If you're familiar with it, walang pinagkaiba yun sa NFPA 70 or National Electrical Code. The reference of Article 250 and Article 800 is the same thing. Kaya hindi ko na lang sinama. And besides, you guys have your own 4 codes. Tama ba? No? And like it, by the way, i-segue ko na lang din, launching ng 4 codes nyo sa EST 3.0. And that's 29 and 30. So yun yung pinaka-official launching nyo ng 4 na codes nyo. Tama ba? Alam niyo yung 4 na, so di ko na lang i-discuss more or less siguro meron na rin kayo doon. And honestly, I've gone through all the codes and then I reviewed the communication, grounding, and bonding. Sabi ko, sir, kailangan i-revise na kagad to. Now, so okay, so why the need for grounding and bonding? Equipment protection, satisfying warranty requirements, system performance, service protection, personal safety. Code compliance, personal safety. The keyword there is shall. Pagka nagsinabi ng shall, don't violate it. No? Pagka may or should, then probably it's just a standard reference. Pagka code, pag sinabing shall, thou shall not kill. No? So comply with it. Sabi nila, you have to comply. There's no if and but, follow with the requirements. Then, emphasize ko lang dito. Dito kasi sa atin, we're not quite used to it. But, warranty requirement. Sa US, mga service and equipment, pagka hindi maganda yung grounding and bonding nyo, and may problema sa equipment, it's a ground for them not to pay the insurance. Dito last tayo. No? Pagka ang adjuster nila, that means yung nag-audit ng issue, say, server, 5 million ang worth. Nag-claim na kailangan i-replace kasi within warranty period. Pagka yung adjuster or yung nag-audit would find it na yun walang tamang non-compliant sa code ang grounding and bonding nyo, like it or not, kahit piso di ka babayaran. Sa US yun. And outside of the Philippines, dito medyo lenient. So yun lang yun, that's why I'm emphasizing this. Nilagay ko na yung satisfy warranty requirement. No? Walang problema, walang namamatay and everything, but then, the issue is, if your server is Nexus 7,000 series, 6,000 series, 5,000 series, hindi ka nag-comply ng code, maaring okay, so case study. Ito yung nangyayari. Grounding, parehong hiwalay, then you have a potential difference. When there's a potential difference, there's a current flow. Pagdating doon, may mangyayari dyan. Kung ikaw kamay mo yan, katawan mo yan, mangingisay ka. No? Madalas mangyari sa atin yan. You touch a cabinet or metallic parts, pagka hindi maganda ang grounding and bonding, then you have this potential difference. Now, what you need to do, establish a single point. So, equipment A, equipment B, let's say ito electrical, yan yung communication mo, valid. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Ang sinasabi sa atin dito, pre, bigyan mo ko sa grounding, huwag mo isabay sa electrical. Yan lang kadalasan naririnig natin. If at all you have a telecommunication grounding. Most of the time, yan ang nangyayari. But by doing so, you're violating the code. And most likely, kung may problema, ganun pa rin. Habol ka ng insurance. No? Ako, hahabulin. Bakit? Wala akong perma dun eh. Kaya yung pumiperma naman. No? So, be careful. No? 1,500 is cheap. No? Pero yung bayaran mo yung Nexus server na worth 5 million, iba usapan doon. Simply because of communication grounding na not properly done. So hindi masaya, presentation ko, lagi ako nananakot. Ha? Ba't ganun? Ikaw lang pumipindot, wala na to? Ha? May bago ko remote. Okay yan, asan si Gerard? Yung communication ko low-tech, sa kanya 5G, autonomous, sa akin hindi. Mas matindi dito, daig ang AI dito. No? Walang humpay na AI ito. No? Unlimited bandwidth pa. Okay, so grounding and bonding, what are the standards? Gumagana ko na lang yung pointer. So we have made telecommunication grounding busbar by the standards that is now called as PBB, bahay ni Kuya. No? Primary busbar. Then secondary, ito you would see this in telco rooms, yung sinasabi niya, bigyan mo lahat ng telco room yun sa mga data center and everything. That's what's happening. Kada floor or kada TR, communication room, dapat meron kang secondary busbar. Then of course, ito yung sundan nating ibang components. Ang rule, pagka busbar sa pinag-usapan, long barrel, 2 holes, para maganda ang connection. No? And mind you, this starts about the discussion of the code. Shall. Now, pagka ako nag-audit ng communication grounding mo, hanapin ko sinong PEC pumirma, tapos sinabi mo, okay na yan, gagot ka. Bakit? That's already a requirement of the code. That means shall. Now, 2 holes, long barrel. That's the entry level. So, pag nag-respect ka ng single hole, short barrel, yari ka na. No, that's already a violation of the code, and most probably, pag may insurance coverage or warranty yung servers o lahat ng equipment, broadcast equipment, napakamahal, no? And that's already a violation of the code. So, there's a standard. Kung anong sizing. Sabi na standard, 4 inches, 1/4 ang kapal, kahit anong halapad or haba, depending on anong mga equipments lagay mo. That's the rule. That's your PBB. Your SBB, 2 inches, 1/4. Minimum entry level mo would be 1 foot, 30 cm, 300 mm, 12 inches. Then, yan yung haba. But you cannot go lower. Mas mahaba, why not? Hindi ka pipigilan. Depende na kung how many connections do you have in terms of equipment. So that's part of the bonding, communication bonding ng lahat ng building. No? How to do it? So it's the same thing, just preparation on how to do it, kung paano ka mag-prepare, paano ka mag-crimp, and again, go back to whole terminal lab. So you start from there. Wala lang kung tumatagal. Okay. So here, isa sa na-audit ko, maganda, wala problema. Pati ito, 2 holes, long barrel. Notice, lahat ng grounding, pati size kinumply. Dito lang, medyo sumabit. Di nyo mapapansin, pero ito, 2 holes, pero 1 nut lang ginamit. No? Kasi sabi ko, ba't yan lang? Sir, naubusan kami ng bolt and nut. No? So sabi ko, wag ganun. No, sabi ko, piso-piso lang yung bolt and nut, pumunta kang tusoy. And actually, hindi ko na nakuha to, but there was already a rectification. This is a data center. No? So, ganun lang kasimple. This copper strip is one of the grid grounding systems na in-employ. So, components, grounding, banding, plates. So, you have a rod. There's a standard anong depth nito. The average entry level will be 600 mm. Then, minsan, ito, concrete encased electrode. Who knows UFER grounding systems? Wala? So, UFER, that means concrete encased grounding system. No? First employed during World War II. And here, components, depende, no? There's no hard and fast rule kung anong gagamitin mo. Bottom line is, gaano katagal yung itatagal sa lupa. Yun lang importante. You can use copper clad, active galvanized steel. Kung may pera yung client mo, sabihin mo stainless steel the best. No? So, ito yung mga sinasabi dito. SDG is hot dip galvanized steel. Sino gumagamit yan? Lahat ng utility company tsaka si telco, yan ang favorite nila. Madaling bilhin, mura. No? How long it will last? Depende doon sa soil resistivity, soil acidity, and soil conditions. So, rods and plates, again. Building frames, water pipe bonding, cover plate grounding. Ito medyo tagilid na to sa atin. No? Sa US, okay pa yan. Dito sa atin, hindi. Bakit? Ano reason? Ba't sabit na yung water pipe sa atin as grounding system? No? PVC tsaka PE na yung pipe natin. Wala na yung dumarating noon na mga GI pipe. Basta metallic, wala na yun. No? So, eto, medyo tagilid na to as a component. Pero nasa code pa rin yan sinasabi. Why? Tayo lang medyo mahilig sa plastic dito eh. Bakit? Mura eh. Diba? Tsaka madami. Then, plates, isa to sa approved standards. Hindi lang rod lagi. Plate is one, and you would know later on why. Preparation, so simple, crimp, clean, ito yon. So pagkalungbaran ka, lagi 3 beses mong i-crimp. Just to make sure na hindi mahuhugot yung wire mo. Then, exothermic, there's a requirement when you use exothermic, when you use mechanical, when you use compression. So, as a rule, dito, sabihin ko na sa inyo, all underground connections must be exothermic. Bakit? Hindi mo na kinuhukay yun eh. No? Yung mechanical compression, makikita mo pagka above ground. Pagka underground, yan, sinasabi na uli ng code, it's a shell. No? So, what may be or should. Pag sinabing shell, sundan mo. Kaso dito, kahit electrical, sa amin electrical, most of the time, susunod ka at magko-comply ka. No? Pero most of communications, mamaya makikita nyo sample ko, baka matawa kayo. Ayan. Yun na yung presentation ko. So, question? Wala eh. Ako ba nakapindot nun? No, ano? Ito, remote lang. Forward and ano. Anong nangyari? Ha? Nag-time out? Tama, pati computer nag-RTO. Tama ba? Request time out. RTO. Okay na? Oh, sige. So, that's still a code requirement, no? HP pa yata computer nakakabit dito eh. So, that's still this is a exothermic. Then, this is compression type, which is approved ng standard. And this is only a magnification kung anong dapat doon. No? So, stainless steel, sabi ko nga, the best would be stainless steel if you have the money. If not, just go for copper or copper conductor and connectors, that's okay. So, lug mounting correction, an example of DEGB. Mamaya, this is for most likely used by the data center or communication rooms. Sino mo sa tayo nga dito? Saan ba yung mga trabaho majority? Call center? Di naman. No? Sige, okay. Just move on, then who knows pagdating dun sa mga, okay, nandito palang CPD ha. .386 pa yung ano dito eh. 386 yung, ano ba yan? Yung CPU. So, mechanical bonding requirements. So, ito yung madalas kong makita, no? Yung tray, pag nagdugtong walang grounding. Marami ako na-audit dito. No? Kaya minsan, pag kahit ako nandito sa building na to, tumitingala ako lagi. Alaman ng utak ko grounding. No? Then, these are the approved connectors. Then, if you notice, ito, kung makita nyo sa project niyan, no, tumingala na kayo sa mga tray and everything. Ito madalas yan, kino-curl. For whatever reason, kino-curl nila kasi ganun daw ginagawa na electrical. No? You do it as straight as you can. Wala na yung mga curl na yan. That's a violation of the code. No? So, maraming code violation, no? So, pagkasunod, pagka may telecommunication drone na yung dating, tumakbo na kayo ha. Mahirap sundan eh. Okay, so there's the tray. No? Whether this is a building, a mall, or a communication room, or anything that has something to do with cabling, no? This is the requirement of the standard. When I say, if you notice, ito yung reference ko lagi, no? So these are the reference of the standards. Then, the exact illustration of connection. Point to rack from TECD. So these are conductors ng open bay rack mo, ng data cabinet mo, o wall mount rack mo, papunta sa cable tray. Okay, so these are the approved implementation of rack bonding systems. So, tatlo lagi yun. Sample A, B, and C. This is crimping. Maganda sa umpisa, mahirap pag umalis ka na. Why? Wala ng tools yung IT dyan or ECE o computer engineer. They don't have the tools to do this. This used to be our system nung hindi pa lumabas to. But then, ang sabi nila, umahaba yung bonding connectors mo or bonding wires. So, para mas maganda, this is what we're doing and recommending now. Copper busbar, straight, and ito na yung mga equipments nyo. No? Yan yung switch nyo, baka yan na yung mga servers nyo ng data center, ng computer room, or server rooms. So, 3 methods to bond equipments and racks to the ground. And this is set up of ANSI 607C for building. No? So, nandyan yung secondary busbar, primary busbar, telecommunication bonding conductor, ground electrode, grounding electrode system, backbone, telecommunication backbone. So, ito lahat yan yung color green hanggang pumunta doon sa grounding electrode system sa baba or basement or ilalim ng building. Now, this is the equivalent of American. Doon tayo madalas sumunod. But this is the requirement. Oh, sorry. This is the international side. Parehas lang yun. No? ISO 11801 and 30129 has been harmonized to work with 607C ng US. Ang kaibahan lang nito, meron lang siyang sinasabi. Backbone bonding conductor or BBC, also known as G, must be made every other 3 floors and the top floor. Top floor. Ito yung inadapt na rin ng 607. So, ibig sabihin, pagka high-rise yung ginawa nyo, structured cabling, communication lahat, ang sinabi ng standard na bago, if you notice, this is 2015, yung ISO 2016, yung American. Ang sinasabi nila na kada floor, mag-bond ka ng 2 TE, then yung top floor, i-bond mo pa din. No? Kaya maraming gastos yung bonding na wala na naman. Quote and quote, wala daw pakinabang. No? Ano style natin? Yung bahay natin walang ground. Yung equipment natin, ano ginagawa natin ng saksakan at tatlo? Pre, baliin mo na lang yan. Di ba? Walang pakinabang yan eh. No? Sino may computer ngayon dito na bali na yung pangatlo? Trust me, no? Baka pag tinignan niyo yan, sasabihin niyo, oo nga, no, bali. Balik yun. No, yun ang nangyayari sa atin dito sa Pinas. Okay, so standard. So ito, sabi nila, no, kahit gaano kahaba, number 6 lang ang ginagamit. Bakit? Mas mura. Bakit? Yan ang sinabi ng code. No? Kahit sa 4 na libro nyo, yun lang din ang sinasabi. Ang maximum ng 4 na libro nyo is 3-0. Yun, nandun, nabasa ko na yung 4 nyo na libro. Doon 3-0. But then, ang sabi, yung 6 AWG hanggang 4 meters lang dapat yan. And titignan mo yung anong pinakamahaba. At 91, 750 MCM na, napakalaki na ng cabling yan. Paano kung building paikutan mo? Kagaya ng mall. Mall of Asia. Ang paikot ng Mall of Asia is more than 2 kilometers. Hindi mo na isipin mo na lang yung gaano kalaki yung grounding cabling na. Now, so, these are things na minsan di natin naintindihan, pero the consequence of it would be enormous. And bottom line, baka hindi nga mabayaran yung equipment na nasira. No? In fact, Las Aldas has a problem right now. Laging naman, yung motherboard ng PBX niya laging 20 lahat namamatay. And it's worth 35,000. So yun yung issue, grounding and bonding. Sample of conductors. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, exothermic welding. Ito lang ang approved ng code. See, this is exothermic welding. Ito, medyo bawal to. No? This must be exothermic pagka-underground. Worse, tingnan mo to. Yan yung nagtitipid. Sabi nga, mas maliit pa nga sa sampayan yun eh. Yeah, it's true. Pero yan yan. Tapos yung ano niya, mechanical. No? So, lahat ng violation ginawa na niya. Mechanical and worse, yung size ng wire niya, napakaliit. Baka nga hindi nag-comply yan ng 6 AWG. Baka pang electrical wiring lang yan. So, it's not a joke. Well, you can do it, but then, pagka may problema, bahala na. No? Eh, meron yan. Hanggang ano lang ako dito. Hanggang 3 months na ako dito, 6 months, 1 year. Pag pumasa PEC, ayun ako, wala na. Dubai na ako. Diba? Gano'n na. So, bahala na si Batman. Yung naiwan. Yung bumalik, yun ang problema. No? So, these are the things that you see. May mamaya, may makikita kayo. What's worse? So, if you're doing rods, it doesn't mean na tutok mo kaagad. No, there's no such thing. You can use either 45 degrees or horizontal. The only thing about horizontal is, pagka ganito, nire-recommend namin, apply it as a UFER cable. A UFER grounding instead na bare. So, ano yung UFER grounding? Anong ginagawa? Anong ginagawa? Naku, lalapitan ko kayo. Anong ginagawa? In case ng concrete. Ganun lang. No? So, pagka in-encase mo yan ng concrete, mas maganda yung grounding system mo. And besides, lagi, pagka na-concrete, in case yung bonding mo ganito, lalo na copper, tumatagal yung buhay. No? And there's a rule. Sabi nila, sa standard, pwede na yung, o anong haba ng rod mo, yun ang distansya ng bawat isa kung nag-multiple rod ka. Ang sabi ng standard, and even the code, sabi na, do it twice the distance. Twice the length, yung distance mo. So mamaya malalaman mo, bakit mo gagawin yan? Ito, yung NFA 70. Twice the length of the rod. Yan ang recommendation ng code. Then, how to do it? Minimum, makabaon lang sa ilalim, okay na. But anything na sa ilalim, uli, exothermic. Huwag kang mag-mechanical, huwag kang mag-compression. Dahil you wouldn't know, pagka nag-setting na yung corrosion, di mo nakikita, wala lang contact yan. No? Whereas, pagka exothermic, for sure yun, dikit na dikit. And recommended is at least, that's 610 or 2 feet. So sabi, from from top of the soil, ang distance mo nito should be recommended dapat 600 mm or 2 feet. So, what resistance to look at? Type A, ito yung electrical, ito kami. No, wala kang pakialam sa inyo. No? Parang, asan? Wala dito si Gerhard, kaya okay lang. No? No? Ayan yan na smart. Sabi niyo, nilagay siya doon, smartphone. Sabi ko, ba't yan nilagay mo na smartphone? Tapos, di ba sabi niya, sabi nilagay mo dyan, iPhone. Kasi anong gamitin yung smartphone. So, NFA 70 and Philippine Electrical Code, actually this is already released. Hindi ko na na-update ito. That's 2017, released November last year, yung bagong code ng Philippine Electrical Code. Parehas pa lang din ang sinasabi. Entry level ng type A sites, 25 ohms. Diba? Yan yung nire-reklamo nyo. Bakit? Sinong mga telco dito lahat ng communications? Anong hinahanap sa inyo? Ilang ohms? Pag CO less than 2 ohms. Small building, 5 ohms. Okay? So, yun yung rule nyo. You know? As a rule, the maximum of telco is 5, then best is 3, recommended is 3, best is 1. So, mamaya makikita nyo kung ano yung lahat ng compliance ng standards. Madami yun. No? Yun lang yung sinabi ni PLDT. Sinundan ni Globe, sinundan ni Converse ICT, sinundan ni Belcom, sinundan nila lahat. No? Lahat tayo sumunod na rin doon. Bakit? Kaya PLDT standard yan eh. I-comply mo si PLDT, wala kang problema. Pero you don't know where it's coming from. Kaya dito, pagdating, electrical, 25 lang. Akin, kailangan ko 5, kailangan ko 3. Ba't ko kailangan iban dyan? Kaya nag-request, ihiwalay mo. When you do it, you're violating the code. There it is. Type B sites, 2 or more rods grounding system in a ring, radial, or spatial setup. Ayan yung standards. At yan yung mga limitations nila. IEEE 1100, 1 ohm, US. 0.1 USA, 0.8 Canada. Ito yung compliance ng Japanese dito. Semiconductor, 0.1. No? Mas bigat pa doon sa telco requirement. Motorola standard, R56. R56, kung gusto nyo mag-study about this, you can download it. Available yan for free. 10 ohms, design goal. 5 ohm recommended. Yan yung silang una nag-recommend ng mga tao kagaya ni PLDT simply because Motorola was the dominant provider before bago dumating yung mga the rest ng vendors. Yan nag-umpisa yung 5 ohm. But then, telco, yan na sila. 3 to 5, regional telco, less than 10 ohms. Yan yung nilalaro ni BLDT ngayon. I'm sure si Converge and I'm sure si Globe na nandun. G and other medical system, 2 ohms. Yan yung issue ng medical suppliers. MRI, Makati Med, nagtatrabaho kami, gusto nila separate lagi. Sabi ko, sir, you're violating the code. Sabi niya, kaysa mag-tap ako dun, ang laki ng reading ng electrical. Yun lagi ang issue. Pag nag-tap ka, test it first. No? ANSI BICSI, yan yung standard niya. Pagka data center F4 class, 1 ohm ka na. The least would be 5 ohms, recommended is 3. If you notice, kinuha ko to because I made a presentation sa Dubai. DEWA, that's Dubai Electric and Water Authority. Standard, 1 ohm. Mabigat doon. No? Pero within the area, same Emirate, same country, UAE, Abu Dhabi, lumipad. No? Kapit-bahay lang yan, magkapatid yan eh. Pero 10 ohms na siya kaagad. So iba-iba. This is something that you need to understand. Testing component for resistance. So this is the component of grounding system. Meron silang tinatawag na concentric shell or sphere of influence. Yan yung rod mo within this area, yan yung ohmic resistance reading mo. So, the rule is, ang concentric area mo is, kung 10 feet ka, 10 feet ka doon sa radius mo, 10 feet ka hanggang doon sa baba, hanggang doon sa surface, 10 feet. Yan yung concentric shell area or sphere of influence ng rod mo. kung gagamit ka ng rod, which is commonly used. So how to test? Okay, you have the equipment, may grounding, bonding, and everything hanggang bumaba na yung rod mo sa ilalim. Paano mo i-test? Ngayon, paano mo achieve yung 25 ohms, 5 ohms, 1 ohm, 0.1 ohms? There's only one reference. Lahat ng standards, there's only one reference to test. That's IEEE 81. No? Guide for measuring earth resistance, ground impedance, and earth surface potentials of grounding systems. How far? Iyon ulit sinabi. Minimum distance for single electrode, minimum distance 5 times the length of the rod. Ideal is 10 times the length of the rod. Yung pag-test mo. At 10 feet rod, current probe should be 100 feet away or 30.5 meters. Yan din ang equipment, ang pinakamalayong test rod nyo. That's the current probe. No? Sa standards, para mabilis, pagka umulan and everything, sabihin nila, hindi, tumbukin mo 62% of the distance, yan yung test probe mo. Pero don't trust it. I-measure mo pa rin lahat. And there's only one instrument that would do that. Now, huwag kang gumamit ng multimeter. Now, yun ang madalas kumakita sa technician ng BLDG. Use the correct equipment. And this is what they call earth grounding tester. Now, so ito yung device. Ito yung sinasabi niyang current probe, this is your voltage probe, and ito yung subject mo ng earth electrode na i-test mo. No? And this is in compliance with ito yung test equipments, ay test reference. So here it is. Ito yung test probe mo, ito yung conductor mo, or ground rod, ito yung auxiliary current probe. Sabi nila, ito yun. No? I just want to emphasize that when you do this, the best resistance that you can read, ito yung testing mo, hanggang doon, no? Kung saan siya nag-level up, andun yung resistance ng ground mo. So, most of the time, you test this 10 times, at you would achieve this distance. Yung area na yan, yan yung 5 ohms mo. Yan yung 3 ohms mo, yan yung 1 ohm mo, yan yung 0.1 ohm mo. In terms of electrical, yan yung 25 ampere namin. See? So, this is the testing for potential method. Kinukuha nila outright. Sabi nila, pagka tinest yan, papatak yan 62% away from the rod. Pero pag isa mo to, ito yung graph na makukuha mo. But then, tingnan mo kung saan sila nag-level up, yan ang rating mo. If you cannot achieve this as a test, itong parang S-curve, mali yung system na ginagawa mo. No? So that's how to test an electrode system. Ito yung pinakamabilis. Tinatawag nilang stakeless testing. But it's not recommended by those hardcore practitioners. Why? Most of the time, what you're reading is ground loop resistance. Hindi yan resistance ng earth. Pero, bakit nagbenta yung kilalang brand ng ganyan? There's a reason behind it and there's a purpose. Huwag mo lang gamitin dito. Unfortunately, a government project that we did, sinabi ko na huwag niyong gamitin yan, ginamit pa rin nila. So I have to go back to the US consultant. Sabi ko, they did this, it's up to you to accept it or not. Sabi na, do you have an option? Yeah, do you have an option? Retest it and comply with the follow potential method. Pero, kumbaga sa tagal, naporga na yung consultant, pinabayaan. Sabi niya, do you think it will fail? Sabi ko, it's up to you. If you were to ask me the way they did it, sabi ko, papasay naman yun. Based on the follow potential method. Pero ito ginawa nila. This is the purpose for that. Why? Maganda yung electrical system ng power utility company. Ilitest yan dun sa bahay mo. Bago si Meralco magbigay dapat ng permit to occupy, ginagawa niya yan. Diyan yung ginagamit most of the time. Huwag dun sa communication system grounding natin. Okay? Then, you have the core area. Poor soil conductivity. What should you do? There are reference standards that you need to comply or that can help you address it. But bottom line, there are options. This is one. Ito yung ginagawa dito ng semiconductor companies. For one, on Semicon and Hitachi are doing this. Little Fuse in Lima Technopark are doing this. So karamihan nila, for a simple reason that they need to achieve 0.1. Oh. So, ito lang yan. Leaching electrolytic systems. Ito lang yung rule niya. The distance of that must be 30 inches or 760 mm. Meron tong access para makita kung natutuyuan na ng electrolytic salt. Pagka konti na, then you have to add more. Option 2, copper plate grounding systems, which is yung pinakita natin. Then these are the standards that complies with it. No? Kung ano yung compliance ng copper systems. Ito yun, copper plate. And there's also a requirement for the minimum thickness or the minimum size. Dito, minimum is 1 foot, recommended is 3 feet. And that's how it should be done. This is just a sample of copper plate. Instead of wire, ang ginamit nila is copper strip. Now, and this is a sample of copper plate na grounding and banding. It was installed, the best is horizontal, at sabi nila, it has a better conduction because malapad yung surface area. Meron kasi ilalim, meron kasi ibabaw. Yun ang rule nila, instead of a rod. Then option 3, again, yung for grounding systems. No? Yung in case mo ng concrete, then it would provide you a better access. Why? Because of the moisture content, lahat ng surface area ng wall, ng pader na yun, o ng concrete encasement mo, that is your effective area of contact to soil. So, yun yung argument nila. So, there's a requirement, kung gaano kahaba, that's 20 feet, then this is how it looks like. Ang sabi nila, ito, just put it 2 inches below, sa pinakailalim. Pero ang haba, just comply with it, 20 feet. So, ito na yung surface, ito na yung ground mo, yan yung pinakailalim ng foundation mo, yan ang pinakailalim na ng, ito yung pinaka-concrete mo na encasement. Summary, so, it's simple. Don't violate the code. Band everything, electrical, lighting, and power distribution. Telecom, lighting, and power distribution. No? Sabi ng code, i-band mo lahat yan. Kahit sa ilalim lang, kahit matakot kang mag-band dun sa taas ng building, do it here. And any rule, lahat ng telecommunication grounding and banding, as much as possible, meron kang ginatawag na test well or access well. Bakit? This is not an install and forget system. Tinitest mo yan. Lagi. Regularly. As much as possible, quarterly. If you can do it twice a year, then so be it. Just follow the code. So these are the requirement, and those are the simple steps for you to comply with telecommunication grounding and banding. That's based on NFPA and our own Philippine Electrical Code, and nabanggit din yan doon sa 4 niya na libro. Especially book 1. Nandun. Question? These are other standards that you can do some readings. Some of that are available download without payment. Pag yan, i-type mo yan, meron pang available, lagay mo lang, dugtong mo lang, PDF. Then you can easily access some of this. Military, all the military and all the M's, accessible yan sa website, you can download it. Including Motorola R56. The rest, DS, ISO, IEEE, UL, medyo babayaran ng konti yan. No? Pero itong lahat ng M, you can access that. And it will help you understand the requirements of communication, grounding, and banding. And if you want to buy, these are available websites. Now, lahat yun access. So either you go for ISO, Global ISS, or DIA online. These are the things where you can buy anything that has something to do with ICT, especially in your field. And that's it for grounding and banding. Question? Wala? habang libre. So, ay, nawala. Last page muna. Ayan. So, go through this now. That's mas maganda. I can work it out if you send me an email kung ano yung needs nyo. And if you work it out or if you need a copy, by all means, let me know. I can provide you that, but on a PDF format. No? It's the same thing when I did this in Manila, in Cagayan de Oro, and also in Pampanga the last time. May nag-email sa akin. No? And, questions? Wala na? Yes, sir. Sorry, ano oras na? Let go. Sige. Wala?
Hello?
Ayan.
Sir, question ko lang. Di ba sa standard sa electrical code is 25 ohms?
Yeah.
Tapos, for example, sa medical field is 2 ohms.
Okay.
Paano
Yeah.
sir, pag yung mga building na grounding is 25 ohms, so sa requirement ni medical is 2 ohms, how do you proceed on that, sir?
First, you test. Take a validation kung talagang 25 ohms. No? Then, don't be afraid to apply your parallel series law. Ohm's law, parallel. Anong law ng parallel resistance? Parallel circuits. Uy, mas matanda ako sa inyo, so dapat alam niyo yun. What's the role of parallel circuits? The RT, total resistance, is always lower than what? There you go. Pag puro ng mga teachers yung sumasagot dito, ito mga estudyanteng to, pag-graduate lang, no? The parallel circuits is, your RT is always the lowest, lower than the lowest resistance. Tama ba? Kung 5 ohms ka, so, yung 25 mo tsaka 5, umaba na. For something na lang yan. Tama? So, yun yung laging ini-explain ko na, don't be afraid. Just test. Better yet, pag na-parallel mo na, na-band mo na, test it again. Makikita mo naman yun eh. Then, if mahaba or mataas pa, that's the time you come up with another resolutions, which is yung core soil conductivity. Meron pa, make a UFER grounding system, yan ang the best kasi natipid. Huwag mong sundan yung electrolytic kasi mahal. And at the end of the day, ang kaya lang noon is semiconductor. That's it? Okay na? Thank you for your time. And next, I'll talk about data center. So ako uli. Mananahimik na ako kasi nandito na si Gerhard.